The world is and has always been a battle for influence. I learned this from Andrew Tate, and I'm going to make a video on it because this is extremely important, because we're talking about your life and we're talking about the decisions you make. We're talking about your future. So if you look at a presidential election, you have two nominees here that people vote for to influence a population. If you look at war, you have two countries or two opposing forces fighting each other for influence over one another. And this is the way it's always been since the dawn of human time. It's always been a battle for influence. It's always been who has the most influence. And it always comes back to presidents and like the people at the very top, because they're the ones who have the most influence, because they have influence over the country and sometimes over the world, because there are presidents in every single country, and they have these laws and etc. But if you want to go even a step down from there, you look at a company. A company has influence over the employees have influence over the customers, and it's always been a hierarchical thing. Like, that's how life works. It's always hierarchical. So you have these stepping stones. Companies have it. Like, it happens everywhere you go. There's always like a hierarchy of steps that you take in anything you do. So, and this is why I get frustrated when people try to outdo people that have higher authority over them, or people who know more than them. You're not going to win this argument. This person has more influence to you. They have more knowledge. They know what they're doing. You don't. So just shut up and listen. And you'll figure some things out very, very quickly if you just learn and just sit back and learn. But yeah, the world's always been a battle for influence. It's always been a battle for who has the most power, who has the most whatever. The bigger is better, that's what they say in Texas. But who has the most of anything, and it could be literally anything. But for that example, I'm bringing up the world because the world is always a battle of influence. But the same goes for the company you work for. The same goes for everything in life. Any sales job is influence another person to buy your product. Everything in life is a battle for influence. Everything in life is sales, trying to sell someone else something that you have. And that's how life works, because people buy what they value. So if you value something extremely highly, you're going to put more attention and energy in that than you would anything else, because you value it at a very, very high level. This is why I'm never going to stop learning, never stop getting better, because finding these things out, I'm finding out how things are starting to work, how the world works, and how how to think, and all this stuff. It all makes sense. The more you study, the more you learn, the more you put in effort, the more you put in work, things start to materialize and things start to make sense. And yet you still have people who will not wake up and not realize that there's wars going on, not realize that the world is a battle for influence. You'll have people who aren't awake and still doing these bad habits, not really caring about their life, and that's okay for them. They can live their life how they choose to live. I'm here to inspire and influence people who do want to change, who actually do want a better life, because you cannot save everybody. You can't do it. You cannot save everybody, but you can influence and motivate and inspire a lot of people. And that's what, the world is a battle for influence, battling to influence people. And I want to say this in a positive way, and I want to add that, in a positive way. You don't want to inspire and influence people in a negative way. And that's why it's so important that you have values and principles and things you abide by, so that way you can be inspired and motivated in the positive direction, because people could influence you in the wrong way, and that's not the way you want to go by. This is why, like, someone's trying to sell me something, I don't just buy it right away. I'm extremely hard for me to get someone to sell me something, because I don't like people reaching out to me asking for something from me. If I want something, I'm going to go out and get it. And if I haven't got it yet, then I haven't worked hard enough to go out and get it. So if someone's trying to sell me something, it's not going to work. Because it's like, why would I want that? I never asked for it. But if I want something, I'll buy it. I don't need a salesman to sell me anything. So that's the way I view the world. That's the way I view, everything about it. So I wanted to make that video and say that the world, it's always been a battle for influence. It is a battle for influence, and that's how it works. That is a video I have for you. If you like this video, like the video, comment, share, subscribe. See you in the next one.